Their pendulum effects are basically the same, special summon them from the pendulum zone, but their differences are the level 2 and 4 have no requirement. Nezuki and Hojo require Shinra Bancho on the field or control a Water Valiant. Duke and Marquis require Koenig Wissen on the field or control a Fire Valiant. That's simple enough. Baron, Nezuki, Mamanaka, and Grand Duke can move monsters from a main monster zone to an adjacent one, which means if you move any of these motherfuckers,
there are some effects.
Shinonome will search a Valiant monster. Scion will destroy your card on field or bounce it, depending on what you flip. Nezuki special summons a Valiant from your spell and trap zone. Hojo lets your fusion summon using monsters from your hand, field, or cards in your pendulum zone.
You better said that shit.
Duke steals your opponent's monster, but you can't attack with it or activate its effects. And Marquis special summons a monster from your spell or trap zone if you roll 2, 3, 4, or 5. Each main deck motherfucker has a 1 pendulum scale, so there's no pendulum summoning this bitch unless Mamanaka gets destroyed pendulum scale of 10 and shit, so it's technically possible. But if you have to pendulum summon this shit,
you got some explaining to do.
If you control this special summon card, Shinonome searches a Valiant spell, which are only field spells. Right now, both can place the other in your opponent's field zone, and if both field zones are occupied, the turn player, which means your opponent can activate their effects too, but I guess it had to be worded that way so you, being the motherfucker that gave it to him, could use their effects too. So anyway, Koenig Wissen lets the turn player place an opponent's monster in the same column as a monster they control in a spell or trap zone of that monster's column, and Shinra Bancho lets you special summon the motherfucker in your spell or trap zone in its column. And before I continue, I know I ain't the only one that thought of this clip when looking at all this Valiant shit.
All these words and stuff.
Baron moves a Valiant to an adjacent main monster zone, but I already mentioned that. Scion negates an effect monster's effects or cuts its attack in half depending on which you flip. And Viscount places a face-up Valiant pendulum monster from your extra deck to your spell or trap zone as a continuous spell, which is how you can get Grand Duke in your pendulum zone after it gets destroyed, because for some reason that motherfucker doesn't share the same effect Mamanaka does.
It don't make no motherfucking sense.
Hojo bounces a face-up spell and trap. Duke freezes a spell and trap. Add Marquis can add a Valiant's card among excavated cards you roll to die for. Mamanaka places an opponent's effect monster in their spell or trap zone, and if there's a monster in that zone already, destroy it, and your opponent loses life, not dealt damage, but I'm still counting it as Grand Duke can be summoned by attributing a level 5 or higher non-fusion Valiant, but it already has easy as fuck materials. Bounces an opponent's monster in their spell and trap zone, which is pretty fucking terrible despite your opponent taking damage and this gating attack equal to half the damage dealt. Should have been the whole thing. It's fine if it's an extra deck monster you bounce, but I still don't like the shit. All these words for what? Fucking nothing, but to be fair, wasn't hard. Dick to consolidate all of it into this video was just so much goddamn text to sift through, because Konami's bitch ass decided to give us another pendulum based archetype, but at least they didn't give us any shitty ass traps. Thank God for that shit. Thanks for watching. My Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo, PayPal's in the description, as well as my Discord server link. Until the next video.
You're all free now!
Nigga.